welcome all my honored guests to the ultimate duel with the best of the best.
I can't get used to that awesomeness. It's so good. Oh,
So good morning, everyone. I'm Person Piggy. Welcome to another Saturday morning live with myself and
Mighty Max Toys,
Mhm.
otherwise
we
known
did
as
have
Max. How's it going,
we,
guys?
we did have a Friday the 13th yesterday.
Yes, we did.
Bowling, nothing too wild, but it was pretty fun. Did you celebrate Friday the 13th in any way,
To be
shape, or
honest, I
form?
kind of missed it. Yeah, yesterday I had a great day. It was one of those days that it was like you walk around and you hear your theme music and just go back and forth. You know, it was an exhausting day because we have a huge weekend plan, especially on my end. So all the chores that needed to get done over the weekend got done yesterday because
Same,
yesterday,
same.
yeah,
I did laundry. I cleaned the house. I was looking for a mystery stench that I still can't find.
okay, yeah, no. So I guess we right we're preparing for the same thing. Now it's pretty interesting. We've also been very excited about gifts for other people, specifically our parents. Um, which means right that next weekend we'll have a entire showcase for you of the things that were given to them at this here party because there are some toys involved. I'm not going to say anything else. I'm going to keep it at that. But they are very interesting pieces that are definitely worth talking about, you know? But tune until next week on Saturday. Okay.
Yes, and I do want to have a reminder for you guys that if you pre-order JJ, he's out and about, out in the streets. He's being delivered just now. I had
So
I have
good.
I have some information from inside the post office, and they told me that there is a lot of Big Bad Toy Store orders being sent all around,
No
and
way.
and I did it. I did just pull him out because I'm like, he looks so good. He looks so good.
Man, look at all
The
those
booty.
little pieces. If you were to give that to dad, and all the little pieces will be gone in less than a day.
Yum, 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 yum.
No,
Polly
stop.
Pocket flavor. Polly Pocket flavor. Mm.
Disclaimer, guys: do not put small pieces in your mouth. Okay, it's in
It
every
does
single
have
toy.
say caution. Don't choke on it. Don't eat it.
Correct, correct.
Don't eat it
Now,
without cooking.
uh, I can't wait to see all the pictures, all the dioramas you're gonna set up with JJ. Uh oh.
With Mamechi.
Whoa, Mamechi! How'd you get Mamechi?
I have an energetic child. I feel like I'm racing Dre for real. He loves soccer. If I try to take away his soccer ball, he gets upset. Here, I'll show you. Item. I'll try to put away his soccer ball. Let me see. Okay, let me get it first. Where is it? It's all the way in the bottom. He gets sad when I try to put it. Okay, okay. Here it is. Can we see it? I'll put away. See, he's crying. He's like, "Why are you taking away my soccer ball?" I'll give it back to him. Oh yeah, see, he didn't let me put it away. I have to try again to put it away. He shows me,
So
no, I don't want it.
so far we've talked about the Tamagotchi Uni for 3 weeks, and every single week we talked about it is a different Gucci.
I know, because I'm raising so many children. He's
Okay, now
7 days old. So I'm waiting for something because at 7 day mark, my previous Tama asked me, "Can I leave, mother?"
what? Just like that? That's
It's
kind
like,
of
yeah,
rough. It's kind of
I
rough.
didn't let her leave. I married her off, but we'll see. We'll let Mamechi have a wild life and follow his soccer dreams. Apparently,
Now it's been 3 weeks, three different Tamas. Has the game run stale?
no. Actually, we have some news about that as we move forward. The game is
Oh,
not stale at all.
okay. So if you guys were thinking about, is this a fad? Is this something that can just gonna blow over in a week, right? Apparently not. Apparently that's not the
It's
case.
a
And I'm trying
lifetime
to
commitment, okay?
now
Tell myself.
I do want to mention that I also have a couple of reveals, right?
Mm.
But I have three of them, two, three. And little by little, as we go through, I'll go ahead and show what I'm getting because right now I don't want to steal the thunder of
Mm.
JJ. JJ was just too good. I'm going to let people savor it.
Simmer on them.
Yes. Enjoy it. Just kind of like nice.
Okay.
But until then, thank you to everybody who is watching on the repeat on YouTube. We greatly appreciate you. As a reminder, we always go live on Saturday mornings between 9 and 10 a.m. So always want to tune in so you can catch the latest tangents in toys news. Okay?
The latest with the greatest.
The latest with the greatest. There you go. Trademark, copyright. Do not steal that from us.
Because we won't know what to do if you do. We're very sensitive.
Now, September's still here, and it's I don't know about you, but I'm feeling that it's going really slow. Like it's just
I'm holding on to
drumming.
September, honestly, and that's okay. I like this new pace. I like the slow pace of September.
Very slow. And we're getting close to October, but I feel like I used to be in the camp of like, no, October is Halloween time, but now I'm in the camp of like I like seeing a lot of Halloween stuff early because it
Mhm.
kind of just drives me towards the 31st of October in a very slow fashion, you know. And
We get to enjoy it more. Question:
yeah,
Do you already have a costume in mind?
okay, I do have a costume in mind, and
Oh my gosh!
it's going to be okay. So it's going to be one of those that we are going to. It's not work. It's not one that I'm going to be able to use in work because it's
Mhm.
much too heavy. Okay, we'll
Oh,
see. We'll
okay.
see. What about you? Do you have a?
I have two in mind.
See, you have to have two. One for work, one for non-work.
No, no, no. This one I can wear both. I can either
Oh,
wear in at work or outside of work. It's perfectly work uh, good. It's work good. And we have
work.
Gary, that is um, uh, our Beast Redux.
And by the way, yeah, that'll be sweet. Absolutely. So I saw that you put a post of the black Medusa last time, or the black
Ooh, I haven't seen the
jellyfish. It
black
looks
one. I've
really
only
good.
seen the gray.
I know. There's one black. It looks kind of cool. It honestly reminds me of Cobra Commander. But again, tangent. Going back.
Wait, wait.
Uh,
I have a tangent. Wait,
oh
well,
my God,
I
no.
gotta run to get my tangent. Give me a sec. Give me a sec.
Okay.
Gary's
What?
here.
While she's away, while she is away, we're talking about Halloween
I've been
costumes
working
and the
on
fact that we
this.
enjoy Halloween being
I've
a
been
little early, and that's fine.
sorry. I've been
No
painting my
way!
nail.
Well, that's a good tangent. Wait, we need to feature this proper. Let's go ahead and give you, you know, the full
I've been
canvas.
working on it, lightly layering it because I don't really have the right paints for it. So I stopped. As you can see, I didn't paint his other foot, but I found a place in the valley that is like a guild house, and if you rent a room there, you're also allowed to use all the paint for Warhammer figures. So I'm gonna like wash this off, and I'm
Hold
gonna
up.
get him. Yes.
Oh, wait. Really? You could just use all the paint?
Yeah. So I have a gift card for the place. So I'm gonna go rent a room and I'm gonna paint this guy with actually good paint.
What?
So this I did it before going to Japan, and then I stopped because I was like, I don't know how this is gonna hold up. So far,
That's
I love the pink because it's gonna be a two-tone pink, and I don't know. I'm giving Barbie vibes with a little bit of blue in it too. And right,
whoa.
yes, it's a very cool business idea because I'm like, not everybody has access to it, and they rent you the room per hour.
And it's pretty pricey, like to get the paint. And I bought me model paint. I have it in the garage. Sometimes you don't really feel like doing the mess, right? And cleaning it up. not that you could leave everything super dirty over there, but I like having the idea of just saying, I'm going to go here and I'm going to give myself the mental break, time, and
Mhm,
place to start this activity and finish it wherever it finishes. When you're
mhm.
at home, it can drag on for hours. But if you're there, you're like, this is what I'm going to do for 1 hour. And it makes it actually manageable. That's so cool. I may stop by and visit you to go paint.
Yeah,
I like
let
that.
me know when you want to stop by and that we can go do it. I'll call them up to see if they have any rooms available. Because like when I read that, I was like, they're like, you're feel free to use our paint. I'm just like, yes, I need it. I want it. I've been looking for it because I was gonna buy just the colors I needed, but then I was like,
Yeah.
I want a little airbrush. I want all this stuff, and then like use all the tools we got. I was like, I'm simping for
How
you
are we
guys.
not promoting this place?
I'll get the full name. I'll get the full name and I'll get all the details because it's something new to me too. So I
Yeah.
received a gift card for this location actually from a friend for my birthday. And they're like, I think you're going to love it. And I was like, oh, okay. It sounds like a place I'm going to enjoy. And so I haven't gone yet. I haven't gone, but I did research in their website. And that's when I saw that. I was like, oh, I need to go because my snail needs to be complete.
Okay, this
Look at
tangent
his
is so
little
much.
foot.
This tangent is so much better than whatever the heck we were talking about before.
I
So
don't know. We're
I'm just
talking
like
about
Halloween. But anyways, I think that settles it. Next week we talk about cool small businesses that right? So if you guys, this is an invitation for everybody watching now and everybody watching later on the replay. If you guys know a small business that needs love and it has something that's absolutely amazing, doesn't have to be toy related, could be food related, etc. Let us know because we definitely want to know. Here locally, we have a few guild houses and we have some game stores as well. So I'll go ahead and talk about some of those. And a brand new claw machine store,
ooh.
like
Mm.
a little gachapon store that's coming to my area, and it's just so happened to be right next to a Daiso.
Oh, perfect.
It's ridiculous. So we'll
It's
talk
a
about this.
claw daddy.
It has something claw, but it's not daddy. It has
Okay. Fresno
something.
has claw daddy.
So I'm pretty excited. Again, it's not
Ooh,
it's not open yet, but I did see the owner kind of working on it yesterday. I was just like,
nice.
right.
I wonder. I hope that they also have like, you know how some of those also have like a little section of arcade of claw machines that are just be functioning by people who are playing them online.
What? That's
Yeah,
wild. I haven't seen those.
I used to download those things to play the apps on my phone, so I could just be playing claw machine games there, and whatever you win, they'll ship it to you.
Oh, and by the way, Gary does say that that's a really cool business idea, talking about the Guild House of the Paint, of course. Which
Yes, and
that's
it was
a great
a
idea.
dark gray jellyfish. And don't forget, guys, that Gary is Battle Beast Redux. He does make custom figures just like this one. I got this snail from him, and I also got my clear snail from him. He's currently working on a dark gray jelly. And honestly, let me know if you do a clear one. I'm really obsessed with your transparent
And
ones.
it
I'm
would be
like a
really
purple-ish, lilac-ish transparent jelly. I don't know. I might drink some of that Kool-Aid if it's around.
and it would be really nice if Battle Beast Redux did an appearance in a podcast. Oh wait, he totally did. He was in one of our shows, and we can link it at the end of the show in the description because it was a great show. But now, moving on and trying to return. Bless you, by the way.
Thank you. That's me. I always do like a million sneezes, guys.
Yeah,
That's why I muted myself. I'm like,
she
you don't
does
need to
the
do that.
chew, 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 chew.
Yeah.
That's her, you know. So yeah, we were spare that for sure. Now let's go into the events. I thought this was something that you casually had forgotten about.
No.
What happened here?
So this is the Tama Club. It's happening tomorrow. Your Tama needs to touch some grass. That is their slogan for this very first
Love it.
meetup. So it will happen at 10 a.m. We have the address, I believe, in the next slide over because I did make it a 2-slider as she promoted one more thing. So let's go to the next slide.
This one?
So it will be in the. Oh, go back. There you go. There you go. It'll be in Elysian Park, Academy Road, in the parking lot. So bring your tamas, bring your gigas, and if you attend, you will have a chance to win a Froggy Gigapet. The Floppy the Frog giveaway is happening to anybody that attends the meetup. So it's the very first meetup for the Southern California Tamagotchi Club. I'm gonna ask if hopefully they can make it on a Saturday next time because I can't really do Sundays, or else I would have been there. My child needs to meet friends.
Yeah, imagine if it would have been today, would have been so good.
I know
You know,
Saturdays are my mobility days. You know, I get around town. I can go anywhere in LA. Sundays I'm like I gotta prepare for the week. I can't
yeah,
really go too
yeah,
far.
it's true. Like we have a very limited window of time over here as well, where like we've gotten to the routine of Monday laundry really early morning, and then we go have breakfast, and then we just kind of work, and at the afternoon we meal prep and do all this stuff for the week. So
And
I totally
we gotta
understand.
become full adults on Sunday again.
I
Saturday
know.
is my collector day, my fun day.
But we will definitely be keeping an eye on Instagram for this event to see how it went, because again, it is a very bold move to say, let's try to bring a community together at Dodger Stadium, no less, meaning that if you're far away, you have to drive through Los Angeles so that we can just hang out with our Tama.
Yeah,
It'll be really, really cool, though, if it goes well. And we wish him all the best,
I
you
know
know?
we do. I really want to encourage them to try to do it in Little Tokyo
Yeah.
and overlap it close to Harajuku Day because a
Mm.
lot of the Harajuku girls, Harajuku Day girls have tama pets. So
Hmm.
even if it's not at the Galleria, but if you do it somewhere in Little Tokyo or near that area, it'll be so much easier to
Yeah.
get the groups to kind of just hop around. You know, it's like, oh, we hit Harajuku Day, and then later on we all go
Yeah.
have like lunch at this one section where we all meet up with our tamas. It'll be so
Yeah.
good. It'll be like a full day of fun.
There's definitely, better places, but I get it. A park is the most instinctive place that you can think of, right? It's free. You don't have to, there's plenty of parking,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Easy to
true. That's true.
find.
It's
So,
inclusive to everybody who's
yeah, it's a
coming.
very
That if
inclusive
they
decision.
have limited income to or like a spare
Mhm.
money to use, like pay for parking. Because yeah, if you go to Little Tokyo, you're gonna pay for parking.
But it's kind of cool. I mean, we're covering this, boots on the ground on the very first meeting. It may be that a few years from now we look back on it fondly and say, dude, remember when they met at a park and now they're meeting at Anime Expo? They actually have like
That
a
is so
meetup thing.
cool.
That'd be cool, and they totally can do that, by the way. It's easy. Anime Expo love
Yes,
those meetups.
we should
So,
do like a shadow cafe meetup.
yes, I would say, doing it next to any boba business, right? Or any like taro, they're popping up pretty much everywhere, business, it would be great because they will give you something to drink, something to eat, something to do, while at the same
As
time
you
showing
hang
up.
out and chill
Yeah,
and meet
and
each other.
businesses love that. The new businesses model, absolutely love it.
Yeah, they're so open for it.
Yeah. If you guys want some recommendations for the Valley and Los Angeles and downtown LA, hit up Porcelain Piggy. If you want something around South Bay, hit me up because I do have a lot of really cool places that will willingly host you. For example, and I'm throwing Tony in there, Toys of the Universe. Tony, he's anything but stingy when it comes to his time and his store. He's very much willing to help out the collectors, and that's one of his best qualities indeed. So reach us out if you guys want a little bit more, you know, connections for that. But moving on, um, when you also had this, and these are really bad pictures,
Well,
but
I didn't take them. This comes directly from the page.
I know, but
Galaxy of Comics.
that makes it so much more exciting for because I'm like, oh my god, I want to know. I want to know what is in there.
I think that's the reason why they did this. They're like, we're not gonna give you high def or else you're not gonna come. So here is the worst photo I can come up with.
Uh-huh.
Let me go across the street from the block and zoom in with my phone camera so it can be as pixelated as possible.
Yes, and I'm itching for another one right now. I was actually wondering if Toys of the Universe was having their sale this weekend, but it's next week.
Okay, okay. See, you couldn't. You had that itch that you could not
Uh,
scratch.
and I kind of want to go to this one, but I think number one, I've never been to Galaxy of Comics.
It's really nice. I tried to go on Friday because
Mm-hmm.
I needed to pick up the Godzilla the Here There Be Dragons copy
Mm.
because it was released on September 11th, but they did not have it. So I called up and they're like, nope. He's like, I know we carry it, but we're all out. I was like, darn.
And I was at the comic book shop this week too, and I gotta admit, I did. I could have looked, but I did not know that you were looking for it, or I didn't even remember it. But I did pick up something for you to read.
Ooh, do
A
tell.
consolation prize, if you will.
Ooh, what?
Yeah, so this is a brand new uh
At least a thick read. Yum,
yeah,
yum, yum,
that's a
yum. Good eating. Yum, yum, yum.
yeah. So it's actually, I thought it was going to be like a regular, series, but
Mhm.
no, it's an actual book.
It's a one shot.
It's a one shot too, and oh my god, the art is so good. Look at this.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
And,
excited. Oh,
and
I
this is
haven't read Wesley's stuff in so long.
yeah, and even though like this one is not one that I read often, like I love how they were able to maintain that Wesley and Sandman, it's in the bizarre realm with the artist. Oh, it is so good. The
Ooh.
colors, everybody involved in it: Robert Bendetti, Riley Ramoso, Ivan Palencia. Ooh, they did an amazing job. So I'll read it today and hand it over to you when we see each other
Yes.
tomorrow, because ooh, is so far what I read great, and I
Oh my
love the
gosh, I'm
fact
so
that it begins
excited.
and ends. So you may not have your monster, but I got this as a
Okay.
consolation. Hopefully
All
that
right.
doesn't
Thank
take it.
you. Oh, he might. Hmm. I might distract them with the Here There Be Dragons. I might bring those two.
you know,
I was like,
absolutely.
ah.
Yeah,
Now he'll be distracted with his presence.
indeed. Now the other thing I picked up in the comic book shop, and I will be how can
Oh,
I shift to me? Can you do that?
let me see. Let me see. Up, up, up.
I guess it's fine.
Let me
It's okay.
see. Solo layer. There you go.
All
Just
right,
click on
solo
you.
me. So I love Nightwing.
What? What is that? That is so cool. Oh, and the booty cheeks.
Oh, I cannot help myself. This is too cool. Now this book right here, if we could go back to the doubles if you like. This
Uh-huh.
book is just about covers.
Oh, that is so nice.
Yeah, so I wish I wouldn't have spent that much money buying every freaking comic book with alternative covers, knowing that there was
Oh
going to be
yeah,
one.
but you know what? You can frame those individual ones. This one you will not rip it
Exactly.
out.
As a matter of fact, I'm actually thinking about doing this the opposite, tearing this one into pieces because
No
it's whatever.
way.
Yeah, and then keeping the other ones individual. But to be honest, this is why I got
That's really cool. That's honestly really sick. Because the other
it.
ones, I feel like you can frame them as they are. You don't have to
Yeah,
tear the
that's true.
comic. You don't
You
have
know
to
what?
damage it.
I think that's better, and I think our audience would definitely think that you are in the
Like
right.
I am cringing at the fact that you want to destroy that because I know it's going to be a difficult piece to find in the future.
I guess I just kind of want to have that lenticular thing somewhere. But I guess I could frame that too. You know what? You saved a life here. You saved a life.
Yeah, I'm glad you came to us first.
Yeah, absolutely.
Always talk to a friend in the time of need.
Yeah, friends don't let friends cut out comic books. I guess that's the
Mm-mm-mm.
lesson for today. Okay. Now we ready for the news?
Yes, collector news. Du-du-du-du-du.
Guys, get ready. Right. What the
I don't know why. I know. So Barbie's having a collaboration with Nu Nuri, which is
uh-huh.
kind of like I don't know from what country the original creator is, but she is like a digital artist, meaning like
Uh-huh.
she has a following like oh my gosh, what's the name of the girl with blue hair in Japan that does all the singing?
Hatsune Miku.
Yes, so she's kind of like that. She's like a digital figure who's an artist and sings and has a big following. And now she has a collaboration with Barbie. So she has her first doll made, and alongside Barbie gets a makeover in the style of Nunuri. It is
Mm.
a two-pack of dolls for $150. A completely exclusive sculpt for those style of dolls.
So I get it. So this is pretty much her page, right? So let me go ahead and share the her Instagram page just in case you guys are wondering where they're coming from, right? So this is her Instagram page, right? This is Nunuri. This is the Czech one, and so I guess she just makes digital art, like you said, right?
Yeah, so there's like I know there are some like videos and things of her. Not sure if that's like music or not, because I've seen people
Mhm.
like that she like saying that she does do music. So I really don't know much about her, but I know she is a
Got
digital
it.
personality.
Mm. So I guess they're trying to capitalize on her popularity and the fact that she pretty much looks like a doll, but in reality is
Mhm.
not a doll, which I guess is okay. I like the
Yeah, and
fact
I
that they
think
take
a lot
advantage.
of fans are gonna enjoy it because now they're gonna have an opportunity to create similar photographs as oh I know, so scary, as the ones that Nunuri kind of features in her page, but with their own doll now. So I'm telling you, it's
Yeah,
gonna be open up a lot of opportunities.
that's kind of cool, especially because right now in the realm of creators, right? There's
Okay, so we have Duko Kidu come in. It's like, oh no, I'm late. I was like, no, no, no. You were 2 days early. You were 2 days early. I saw your message. It's like, it was 4 a.m. for us. Hello, hello. Yes. So you're good. You're good. Don't worry.
now I gotta admit, this art, the doll is okay. I like the doll. I think the doll is a rather unique collaboration. It's something that's kind of cool. But this art in particular, the one you chose, it looks like a Barbie movies from the early 2000s, like from 2005, 2006.
With the bad animation.
Yeah, those bad animations. If you remember for any of the Barbie movies from that time where they were just computer animated, right? And it just kind of there's barely any shadows on it. Yeah, that's what reminds me of. And I was like,
Oh my
what
gosh. I'm
is
gonna link you guys a video of what's his name? Curtis. I forgot his size of, but he watches and reacts to the Barbie movies, and it cracks me up his commentary. So I'll go ahead and put it. And yes, that is a Barbie. It's a Barbie collaboration with Nunuri. So we do have a Barbie in the Nunuri style as
yeah,
well. But I'll go ahead and link that down below too, so you guys can have a good laugh and you can see what we mean when it comes to the animation of
yeah.
the digital animation.
And like the thought I wanted to make earlier is that brands like Barbie, Transformers, and all these toys that have been going on for literally decades, right, are starved for original ideas, and they're willing to pick up next to everything that's remotely popular and that has some degree of aesthetics, in order to kind of make a collaboration of do something that will spark once again the Barbie brand or the brand that they're working with. And Nunuri, I'm not to say that it's minimal and there's no effort. You can clearly see that there is. There's an aesthetic in mind for sure.
Mhm.
So I understand it because otherwise, if Barbie didn't do it, somebody else was going to 100%.
Bratz was gonna do it, somebody else.
Yeah.
So
So
I'm really happy that Barbie's kind of stepping out of their comfort zone and doing stuff like this.
mhm.
It opens up the doors to so much. I feel like the creative team behind Barbie right now is a little bit more open to exploring
Mhm.
new brands, new collaborations with other brands, which I'm really excited about.
Yeah. And do you think, and this is kind of a not tease, but a preview of the things that Portsmouth Pig and I have been thinking in the background. Do you think that this is also signaling that big companies, big brands of toys are keeping a very close eye at every single toy Kickstarter project that's out there, because not all of them succeed. But what if a toy line says, "Hey, you know what? I really like your idea. Can I please buy it?" As a it's like, "Oh, you know what? This guys didn't make it, but it's a really good idea, and I can just easily fit it into my own brand."
That's the thing. Like brands like Mattel are known for not asking, but they're like, if it's not copyrighted, it's
Mhm.
my idea. So that's the other thing, that they may be keeping a close, ear to the ground, but they may not go on ahead and ask a small creator for, hey, can I have the permission to use it? They'll just be like, this is my own concept, everybody.
That is true. It is cutthroat. It is cutthroat. And by the way, Duka and Kidu mentioned, I had so many Barbies when I was little, like all special editions, even the ones that got banned. The flying one, I can't remember. I think we all kind of joined that. So many toys left behind, man. That's not to think about it. Now,
Yeah.
we also introducing, since it's
Wait,
September
I
and
just
we're
say, there you
there you go. Since we're September and we're
go.
prepping for October and Halloween, Brats just had to flex their muscles and say, "This is
Not
our
brats, not brats.
sorry, not Brats. Sorry, blasphemy. Monster High. You had to flex their creative muscles. What's going on here, Chu?
So we have the collaboration of Monster High, and I just forgot the name of this guys.
Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus. There you go. This girl, Lisa of Hocus Pocus. They'll be dropping on October 4th. And honestly, I really like the job that they did with the hairstyles, the makeup. Although the fabrics of the dresses look a little cheapy, and the too
Yeah,
reflective for my liking, I think it's a really nice collaboration.
yeah. I mean,
And
Monster High.
Duco says it was Sky Dancers. It was
What's
Sky
Sky
Dancers.
Dancer Barbie? I can't imagine a Sky Dancer Barbie like
There,
that big.
oh, so Sky Dancers and Barbie never actually made a collaboration together, but there was a very large Sky Dancer that's out there, but she doesn't really spin. She's just kind of like a half plastic, half plush doll.
Imagine if you have with the Barbie hands, right? They
Oh
would
my
go like this, and you
gosh.
go.
Somebody needs to make that, honestly.
I just gotta rah, rip it. It would be like one of those mowers. The
It's like
string that you
let it
turn on the
rip.
mower, like.
I'm struggling to reach for something.
Yes.
There you go. Sorry. This?
Yes. Can you imagine if it's like huge, right?
Okay, I gotta pull it better. Sorry. Let me lose my cornea in real time.
Yeah, because kids were looking at it, right? So when they were like, "Whoop!"
Because the other thing is, like, if it was warm, you're like, it's a fan. Ah.
And let's be honest, we all use it as fans.
She flew far.
And by the way, Duka and Kidu, don't be sorry because you were late. It's fine. We appreciate you being here, and even if you watch it in the replay, that means a lot to us.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all
Yeah,
good.
it's all good. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Oh, hers,
So,
hers was blue and purple. Was it the dolphin one?
oh my God, Sky Dancers. Okay, say what you will.
I
They are
have I'm watching the dolphin one right here because I have the dolphin one. I have the moon and starry one, and I also have my childhood one, which was
the pony one.
the Pegasus, which I
Oh,
have
yeah.
upstairs.
Pegasus. Uh, Sky Dancers are dangerous, but oh my God, aren't they satisfying?
They are so fun. They are so fun.
They're still fun. They still retain the toyetic
They
fashion. That's like it's so fun.
and they get re-released back to back. So you'll see them. There's the electronic ones now, and then there's that one little owl that's super cool. I really want that one, but they're like more electronic. So they're just like, hey, this fall in the same space as a little homemade remote controlled drone, or the little helicopter.
Mm,
So just by changing the brand, not the brand, but like kind of the warnings in it, they can get away with re-releasing it. It's totally fine.
gotcha. So again, keep an eye on these. If you are a Monster High collector, God bless you, because they're dropping some heat, and it is not cheap. But now,
Mhm.
once again, back to the original comment, right? We said that after 3 weeks, has the Tamagotchi unit become stale? And your answer was a
Never.
resounding no. So what's going
No.
on here after that?
So we actually got an update. I think it was yesterday or the day before
Uh-huh.
that they announced that there's a brand new update. We now have, before it was version, I think it was 2.0.1, but now we
Yeah.
actually have version 2.1.
Point one.
And
Okay.
in it, you have the opportunity of getting new characters. So you can hatch, if you see the little circle that says new, those are all the new tamas that
Hmm.
have been uploaded into your Tamagotchi. And now, when your Tama breeds or leaves you or gives you a brand new egg, you have the opportunity of getting those Tamas if you did the update.
Whoa.
And
Now,
hello, Pee Wee, another Tama parent is in town.
okay, so what about the other ones that are like on the bottom? Like the
So
crayon, the clown. You had the clown, I think.
I haven't had the clown just yet, but some of these are like other characters that you do see, and
Okay.
I'm guessing like we might. I think we might already have access to some of them. I don't understand the bracketing of that as of now,
Yeah.
but I know for a fact that at
But you
least
have
the ones that are
Mamechin.
in the new
Mamechin's not
bubble.
here.
Mm?
You have Mamechin. Mamechin's not here. So I'm like, what?
Yeah, so I'm guessing this ones might be to come. Not
Mhm.
sure, but I know for a fact that we do have some new ones, which I'm pretty excited about. Currently, I am racing a beautiful Mamechi and who loves sports. Let me get him off my thing. And he is age 7. So by age 7, they're considered adults and they will ask you to either leave the home or you can marry them off. Um, I've married all of mine off and they've all had, oh, wait, he has to go to the bathroom. Sorry. Sorry. There, he's going to the toilet. Sand the body. He did a good job. He's a good boy. Oh, sorry. It's done. He went boo boo already. It's
Now,
all done.
there is one here that it's from the old game, right? From the old 3DS game, and is this one with the green and yellow flower? And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
nostalgia hits.
I
That's,
know. He's
yeah.
so cute.
So if you've been playing it, leave it in the comments if you have one, because we definitely want to talk. We want to know about your experience. You know, for sure, for sure, for
Yes.
sure.
And Juko Kido says that they have a fake one, sadly, but they're gonna get the uni. Oh my gosh, the uni is life changing. It's so fun. And if you're playing the arenas and you play the last event, check your inbox. You would have already received the prize for participating. And now there will be a new event in the arenas. I haven't checked it out just yet. But if you participate, some of the rewards will be as follows. We have like a UFO balloon that will
Mhm.
hover over you, a tsukimi dumplings,
Yeah, it's a little tower on
and
the wooden display.
the Tamaburst water. And all of these are accessories, so none of them are like items for them to eat or anything, or snacks or foods.
That's cool. Again, I love the fact that it's getting a lot of, love. Hopefully, it keeps going for a while until the game is actually very robust. You know? Oh my gosh. I'm
Oh
so
my gosh.
jealous.
Getting 4 new Furbies. So happy. A 2012 Pink Puff, a Furby Boom Polka Dot. Ooh, cute. And 2 Furblings. Nice. Now
That's
that
cool.
is a great adoption week right there.
That's a good haul. I gotta admit, that's pretty good. So much
I was
fur.
I was like 4 new. I lost a bid on some Furbies. I wanted to see which ones you were getting. I was not bidding against you.
Now, I do also want to talk about. I know this is September 28th of last year, not this year, but
Mhm.
considering that it's very close, I wanted to just point your attention towards this show. This is the second installment of a 3-season show. Right, the
Mhm.
first season focused around a different Belmont clan member. Um, and then they had a baby, and then 300 years have passed, and this show happens, right? Castlevania
Ooh.
Nocturne, and oh my god, my wife and I were watching it yesterday because we love these shows, and we binged 4 episodes, the last 4 of the season. There's only 8, and It is so good,
Oh
guys.
my god.
It's so good. So
They
it's
kept the
on.
same type of animation as well.
It's better. It's
Oh.
it's better. Like the fighting choreography comes from people who make uh they're on par, if not the same, as the Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's just that same
Ooh.
type of like kinetic movement, right?
Yeah.
With speed and music that is just, oh my god. And by the end of the show, they actually nail the art of the games. And I'm like,
I'm sorry.
there were so many moments where we paused and we were like, did you see that coming? I was like, no. It's just like, oh my god. Oh, it's a good show. It's a great ride. In 8 short episodes, you get a lot. And do not get discouraged by the nudity, and there's nothing
And
that's
gore.
wild. There is just kind of vampires losing their heads, but there has to be, and I think that these guys really married all the components that make vampires vampiric and monster-like with the game, and it's so good. So I recommend watching it. If you have watched it, let us know what you think.
How
It,
exciting. I'm like, I want to watch. I don't have Netflix anymore, but the first part of the show was so good. So I'm looking forward to getting Netflix again and watching this.
oh no, this one was super good. So like, I do recommend it. We just got Netflix back, so we jumped in thanks
You're
to
like, we have a purpose.
Delicious in Dungeon, right? Oh, and we
And
also have somebody here. We mentioned, right, that Halloween is
Mhm.
coming sooner and sooner and sooner. There's somebody here who wants to say hello. Shall we?
Oh, let's see.
Yes. Hello. Hello.
Hi,
Season's,
Snacks.
season's
Hello,
greetings. How are you doing?
I'm doing good here. Let me just make this widescreen so that they can see you
Oh,
better.
yes. Oh, that's really nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for including me in this mixture.
Snacks,
Yes.
you look absolutely great.
Thank you.
Is this a costume or just your everyday wear from now?
I mean, it's seasonal wear. It's seasonal wear. You take it out and it's the season.
I love the little like ruffle ascot looking thing. It looks like Freddy.
It is an ascot, and Freddy could never.
Oh, Dean.
Yes.
Those are fighting words.
Oh my gosh, shots fired. Sorry, I don't know why I did it backwards.
Snacks.
I'm an educated being.
Snacks. I think that Duka Kidu wants to actually buy you. She says, "OMG, how much? Take my money. I want that silly guy."
I'm not for sale, and I'm not a silly guy. I'm actually a highly educated individual.
I thought you were an eternal being.
I am an eternal being, but also as an eternal being, I'm a lifelong learner. So basically, in other words, I've been living forever, learning forever.
Living and learning forever.
Living and learning and loving forever.
Now, Snacks, for those of you guys who don't know.
But by the way, I do love you.
Those of you who don't know, Snacks is a Long Beat. He's been the official, unofficial third host of the show. Sometimes he carries the show on his own. Like when I have to go and Portsmouth Big has to go, that it's all him.
I would like to clarify about my pronouns.
Okay, fine.
It's not he, him. It's just Snacks.
Okay, Snacks is so. He's just Snacks. Okay, I'm sorry. And look, you're getting so much love.
Thank you.
Right now.
Thank you, and I love all of you. Thank you. You guys are wonderful, wonderful, eternal beings.
Now, Snacks, you were there watching Castlevania with us last night.
Yes.
What are your thoughts? Without spoiling it.
It just needs more.
More of what?
Everything. I need more episodes now.
Yeah.
I need it now.
And you know what?
I need it now.
I found this year that it actually premiered last September 28th on the birthday. On your birthday, Snack. Only your birthday, no, September 28th.
Well, I was pre-ordered for September 28th.
Yes, exactly.
My body was completed a few weeks before.
Yeah, so but here's the deal, Snacks.
Yes.
If it's been a year since the original first season aired,
yes,
wouldn't it make sense that a year later the next season is up? So we may be in the brink of a brand new season.
That's pretty exciting.
It is pretty exciting.
That's pretty exciting, but also they could take like 5 years.
I know.
And
it is.
And we're gonna let them take their time.
Yes.
was
Snacks.
great.
Also, what do you think about Tamagotchi Uni?
Tamagotchi booty.
I had muted myself, but I had to come out to laugh to that.
What?
So not Tamagotchi booty, Tamagotchi Uni.
I didn't say booty. I said booty.
Okay, yes. So apparently there's a
What's
lot.
a booty?
Mm. Here, you have a booty, Snacks.
It's
It's
at
like
the end
that.
of your tail.
That's it. Nobody
Yeah.
else in this room has one. Then
No, nobody.
I'm just special.
You're just special.
Yes,
Yep.
learning every day.
Learning every day. Now,
Eternal learning,
are you gonna stick around for the next story?
I suppose.
All right, let's do it.
All
This
right,
is
so
a brand new deck of Uno. I was gonna
oh,
say
wait.
Uno.
Before we move on to that, we have been having a side conversation with Duco, as it happens when they come in.
Absolutely.
So they mentioned that their friend actually received a 403 error, and
Oh, man.
is when you update your uni, you may or may
Oh.
not be one of those people that receive that error. I and with Tama Plays actually was one of those two, so they're like a survivor of the 403 error. Um,
Uh-huh.
so I'm not sure how that was resolved since I didn't experience it. I updated mine without an issue. But let me know how your friend resolved the errors. That way we can go ahead and help others out and guide them in the right direction when it comes to how to fix the 403 error. And the Uni community actually has a very strong presence in online. So if you ask a question, most likely there'll be an answer in like a Tumblr or a Reddit.
Well, we'll keep definitely more updates, and thank you very much for bringing that up. Now, I do also want to highlight the comment. It says, "I love the little hat and scarf. OMG,
Thank you.
heart, crying face."
Can we actually share where I got each of these fine accessories? Because I'm not a gatekeeper, you know.
Yes, I guess we can.
All right, so if you go to your local PetSmart, they have highly accessible Furby Buddies accessories.
Yes.
I'm just going to throw that out there. This hat is for a Chihuahua,
Yes, it is.
but it's also for a Furby Buddy, which my head is modeled after.
Yes, indeed, it is.
Yes.
And this scarf is just from a regular.
It's a scrunchie from Francesca's.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
Sorry.
and I just rolled it up. Look. For when it comes to accessibility, not a lot of people are making clothes for my kind, but fashion
It's
should be
true.
accessible, and we need to share all of our tips and tricks. You know what I'm saying?
I think so.
I
And
agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
and I think you're very resourceful, Snacks. And you know what?
Yep.
Since you brought up fashion, let's go to fashion Uno.
Oh, this is creme de la creme fashion.
Yeah, it's very, very nice.
Yep, Anna Wintour could never.
I know, indeed.
Yep.
So, this is $20. Do you need a new Uno deck? If you do, Snacks, well, this is it.
Well, yeah, I do. I don't need a new Uno deck. I just need that Uno deck.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Do you guys play
Let's
Uno?
not get it twisted here.
Porzo Pig, what do you think about this? This is in your wheelhouse.
I like it. I honestly would not get it.
Rough.
I'm good without that Uno deck. It's really pretty, really cute. The only reason I would buy it would be to like frame it into a nice section, kind of like we see in the slide there. But other than that, I wouldn't really use it.
Exactly. I would think framing it. Oh, Snacks is leaving now.
Well, sometimes I get a little tired.
He's just resting.
I'm just
Okay, yeah, fine. Rest, Snacks.
okay.
Rest, your old being.
I love you all. Goodbye. Have a nice day.
Bye, Snacks.
Bye.
See ya. Say bye specifically to
Wait.
Duka
Kitu.
Kidu.
Okay, bye, Duka and Kidu.
There you go.
Have
Cool.
a nice day. And yes, the babies are getting wild.
What about Barbies?
Oh,
What
no,
about your
Barbies,
catchphrase?
yes.
Your very own sign-off catchphrase.
I love you.
No. Have you forgotten already?
I don't remember a lot.
Peace
of
and
things.
blessings.
Oh yeah, no, it's my greeting. Peace and blessings.
Okay.
It's my greeting.
All right.
But I
Bye,
was
Snacks.
distracted today.
Okay.
Okay, I love you guys. Bye.
Bye, Snacks. So that was Snacks, guys. Again, it's not often he can join us for some fun, but it's definitely here.
I have a question. Where did the Snacks come up with that on his own, or was he influenced by something?
No, Snacks came up with this on its own, even though we do have, you know, Wizard Furby back here chilling.
Okay, because then I think Snacks might want to reach out to the Muppet Studios because one of their characters in the Mayhem
Hmm.
Electric Mayhem show uses that catchphrase, peace and blessings, food.
Oh shoot! No way. No, the Peace and
I'll go
Blessings
ahead
is
and get the snip
supernatural.
and
All
provide
right,
it.
that's kind of crazy. Now, moving on from that, there's new figures about, and these are this. I brought them up because I want to raise the question.
I'm sorry, Duco's wilding out in the chat. Name it Wizard Do.
So, do you guys care for upgraded figures to your vintage? You know, like this is exactly what Marvel Legends did this past Hasbro Pulse Con, which is just like this giant online pre-order fest type of deal. So they have the same old, figures that we've been getting again, one extra head or so, and they also came with these packages that are like retro inspired, and they have the lenticular little shields that they used to bring too, which
Hmm.
as a kid I never really cared for. Do you guys care about this type of releases, like, or any re-release of vintage, like tit for tat vintage items, like same molds, that
Yeah,
same
so like
boxes?
a retro re-release.
Yeah, do you guys care about the
Um,
retro release? I'm not sure this for me.
that's the thing. Remember how like they got you perfectly with the X-Men with Cyclops, the re-release? I
Mm-hmm.
think it's that. It's for that one person who had it, and this was their favorite childhood Spider-Man, and they want an
Yeah.
upgrade, and yet they also want the version again. So I think like there's specific folks that are gonna gravitate to it. Um, and for personally, I'm like, eh.
Okay, okay, because I'm not sure, I'm not sure. Like, I like this, but I just guess I was never a huge fan of this line of toys, the Secret Wars. For some
Mhm.
reason, I didn't really have that many of this kind of 5 point articulation figures when it comes to toys. I just had the Toy Biz, the first Toy Biz ones,
Mhm.
right? That's pretty much what I had. So, but they're out there. They're out for pre-order. Some of the figures are really really good. This particular Black Suit Spider-Man is always super popular, so I would pre-order this one if anybody. And also it has the squinty eyes mask, which is
Mm.
something that we've never had before, which is very promising. Now I have no idea if I buy this figure. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with this dumb shield and dumb stand. Like
Just
even
like
back then.
when you were a kid, you just lose them.
Yeah, as a kid, it was just like, well, I'm just gonna set them up here, and eventually they'll just go away. you
They'll
know,
vanish.
they'll vanish. Now, this goes into my next topic, and that is JOMO versus FOMO. If you guys don't know, JOMO is the joy of missing out, right? Feeling content with just saying, you know what, I'm actually happy I didn't pre-order that because money, reasons,
Hmm.
whatever, space, whatever it is, right? So FOMO is fear of missing out, right? It's completely opposite. But I was wondering, have you guys experienced JOMO anytime you miss out on a pre-order or an item? For example, Porcelain Piggy, the glow in the dark new Furby.
What about it?
Do you consider that something that you missed out or something that you're eventually going to get?
I'm gonna get that. I'm sorry. Like Furbies are written in stone, so let there be written, let it be done. Furbies are coming home. Uh, that's not something I have missed out. That is something that is gonna be in my wheelhouse soon. And Duco, I'm not ignoring your comment. I will show a Furbling. I think in the next one, they're just too far for me to reach right now to make a mad dash for. And I've done a lot of mad dashes this morning. Um, but I can show some next time because I have an entire display. I bought it from Walmart, so I can bring the whole box. I haven't even unboxed my Furblings because I'm hoping to find one open in the thrifts because I pretty much got some from Amazon from Christmas, and then I bought an entire box on Walmart myself. but I realized that there's some differences with them. So I was like, I'm not opening them. I'm waiting for Walmart, for the thrift to give me some.
To feed me some, you were gonna say. I got
Yes. And
Secret Wars for 5. Yeah, they're not that expensive. As a matter of fact, like you can buy the original retro figures for like $7. You know,
sorry. I'm like, sorry, Duco. I will show them next time. It's just it's just they're far. They're far and they're really like
we knew that
embedded.
there was a good chance of you being here, so that's why we told Snacks you need to make an appearance today, because I don't think Duco and Kidu know who you are. So like that's why Snack was here. But next time we'll definitely prepare a little bit more. You know,
Yeah.
now that we know that we want to see them. But
Yes.
can I
For the joy
give
of
you
missing out. Go ahead.
some examples? For example,
Mhm.
I sent you this
Yes, you did. You're like, I need enabling.
I need enabling. I said 1 hour, 28 minutes, 48 seconds before the classified series Rattler
Mhm.
crowdfunding, right, or HasLab offering ended. Now, this was 300 and something dollars, and I definitely had the money at the time. You know, I had sold toys on Mercari, and I have amassed, I was probably off by like $5.
Mhm.
So, but I hadn't pulled the trigger, and typically I do. But now it's all gone.
And that's okay. It's all right.
It's
Some
all
things are
gone.
just not, you have some and you lose some, and that's okay. You know what? It's fine. You'll be okay.
But
You will
now,
survive.
after I did, I was just like, oh my God. I didn't feel JOMO. I didn't feel the joy of missing out. I felt FOMO. I was just like, no, no, no. And I've been searching my feelings because this was on Monday, and I've had 4 days or so to think about it. And I've been searching my feelings, and I'm still in FOMO. Psychologically, I think missing it out was a good thing so that I could face this and say, really, you don't need it, you know?
But inside you're like, I want it.
I feel like I betrayed a little bit of myself by not ordering, to be honest.
No, it's okay. Right now you're gonna feel FOMO until a new item comes and you have the funds to buy it. Then you feel JOMO.
I did get a consolation prize though. Just saying. Okay. Uh it sucks. So if you guys have ever felt JOMO, joy of missing out, let me know. Help me through this. If you felt FOMO for something, which is a lot more common, definitely let us know as well. And for what item in particular, I think that FOMO is basically natural, but we have to learn to JOMO,
You
right?
know, I feel a lot of JOMO when I'm doing eBay bids or
Mm.
Goodwill shopping bids
Ah,
because the FOMO gets me to bid really high, and then I get scared because I'm like, oh shoot, this is really high. I'm okay with it, but I also bid high in a bunch of other stuff
oh
because
shoot!
I literally had about like $600 worth of bids going on in Shop Goodwill for the past 2 weeks. And I was like, I hope none of these go through because I'm gonna be eating
I think
dirt.
that's above this discussion level here. I think you need professional help.
But then as soon as I got outbidded, I was like, oh, I feel JOMO because I'm not gonna
I
be
think that's
broke.
relief.
Yeah, that's right. Joy of missing out. That I was like, my impulse FOMO got me to overbid on this items that I'm okay waiting for. I'm like maybe finding in the wild later on for cheaper.
Okay, so I don't know. I have been
Bye, Duco and Kita. Thank you for
go to
coming.
sleep. It's fine. We'll be in the
We'll be in the
playback
archives
later.
here. You can always come back.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Uh, now again, this is very very cool, very interesting, and it is something that you have to kind of face because you really don't need any of these things. I realize that this is just a commodity, so I'm leaning towards, well, you know what? I don't really need it. I don't. I do have the space for it, but like, would I really use it? Would I get that much out of it? The answer is, if I had it, absolutely. But if I don't,
It's
also I
okay.
wouldn't. So I think it's okay. Now, the next item of FOMO versus JOMO include the Marvel Legends Dragon Man. Now, this is a vintage figure now from
Mm.
the old Toy Biz, and it goes for $300 or so.
Oh my
Right?
gosh.
We've seen this guy before. Is highly detailed, but then Hasbro went and said, "We're not doing a HasLab this year. We're instead doing this just pre-order, but it's probably going to be for a big ticket item. It's $84.
Oh my gosh.
FOMO versus JOMO.
Oh, what do you
Hmm.
feel?
Well, I don't feel FOMO because I pre-order it.
Never mind.
But here's the deal. It goes back to the whole idea of, well, I missed something, but I could now feel better about buying something else that's actually cheaper.
That's true. You do have another
Mhm.
opportunity.
Yeah. It's not me just saying, oh, you know what? I just pre-ordered 300 and something dollars. Now I'm also going to pre-order this. That I think, no, I think we have to miss out on a few things. Otherwise, it's going to be terrible.
Yeah, I'm like, it's not getting it all. Like, it's also kind of coming back and reflecting in your collection
Mm-hmm.
and making a decision. It's like, hey, what are some things that I do want in my collection? It's not just catch them all. You can't just catch them all. And that's one of the things that we always face as collectors. Like, we can't get everything. We have to come
Mm-hmm.
to that conclusion that it's like, at some point, we just can't have everything. So we have to make those tough choices. It's like, okay, what do I really, really, really want in my
Mm-hmm.
collection? And that's
Yeah,
what makes an item more special. And it
yeah.
makes your collection not feel like clutter, but rather like very
A
well.
collection, like it's a very
Mhm.
carefully crafted, curated, reflection of what you like and what you want to see every day. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
So I think I got this one, but there's also other things coming up, and this ones I did miss out, even though they're kind of cool. We have Silver Age Joker coming in. You also have this Earth 2 Robin from McFarlane. I did not pre-order any of these, even though they are kind of good, really good characters, especially the Joker. It's really nice
Can,
because
can,
that
can
helps
you
so nice.
can you
Yes.
refresh the PowerPoint? I added one more slide just now because
Okay.
I
Okay.
just remembered as we were chatting when you said
Sure.
FOMO and JOMO. There's something I'm feeling a lot of FOMO for.
Okay. Let me just go ahead and do that.
Just a quick refresh, and because I don't want to miss this out. I'm sorry, I just can't.
Really? All right. Let's see.
Yes. And I've also triggered the FOMO in a
Oh,
lot of
damn.
people.
This?
Yeah. So, Garrett, the creator of Monster High,
Yes.
shared with us that the toy book has revealed that a new Gem and the Holograms doll will be in the mix. She's on her way. But the problem is the person who's going to be creating this, the toy brand that's going to be creating this, is a little problematic
Not just loyal
because
subjects.
it's loyal subjects.
No,
Because
really?
yes, it is loyal subjects because they're gonna show us all this amazing stuff. They have the capacity of making it, but at the end of the day, they'll be like, "We'll never release it."
By the way, loyal subjects, if you guys were not here last week, is the one company who teased a Beetlejuice and Lydia individual figures and only ended up releasing
Release.
months and months and months and months and months after they said it would be released, the Beetlejuice. And it was with the wrong
Yes.
accessories too. And then the Lydia is just lost.
Yeah, she's just lost. So they showed us that they can create this, and she's gonna be mildly articulated. I can see some of the articulation, the
Yeah.
nice hidden joints. She looks so elegant. They're doing a great job with the face sculpt. We know that Loyal Subjects does have the contract with what's her face, a Strawberry Shortcake, and they're doing a great job with it. So that gives me a little bit of peace. So seeing that, okay, they do care about the girl money, and they are putting a lot of toys out there when it comes to a Strawberry Shortcake. So I hope they do the same thing with Gem and the Holograms. But hear this out, guys. They also have been allowed to produce other items uh, and other brands from Hasbro, including My Pet Monster, Popples, ROM, Space Knights, and Mask.
Okay. My Pet Monsters, Mask, and Rom are definitely some that stand out.
And
Okay.
Popples.
So
But
what's
like,
going on?
so like they have access to all of these. They can do something with it. But I'm so scared that they gave it to the place that doesn't do much with things.
Yeah, that they're all talk and nice little renders, and then afterwards it's just like, well, we kind of beat up a little bit more than we can chew. I mean, look at that,
Mhm.
look at that hollow gem lanyard. It
That
is
is
so cool.
amazing. I'm keeping my ear to the ground for this one because I want it. I
You
really
missed out
want
on the
it.
big ones that are like super duper expensive now. You
Oh
know?
yeah, no, that's okay. I was never gonna get her. She was too expensive at the time that she came out, and I wasn't gonna get her for that
Yeah.
much. Because although she looked really pretty, it wasn't what I was looking for. This one gives you more of an homage to the show. She looks a little more cartoonish, and I do like that about her. And I'm like, there's a Jerica outfit on the side that just tells us that we might have a possibility of getting a Jerica as well. So I don't know. I'm just excited, and I really want this, and I want it to happen.
Yeah, there are some properties where if they get remade, right? It's a great opportunity for collectors who don't really have them, like Street Sharks. Getting remade, amazing because they're so
Yeah.
expensive nowadays. Another one that it's kind of a sleeper pick would be those old Kids Next Door figures by Numbu.
Oh my gosh, yes. I would definitely buy them. I love Kids Next Door.
Woo! Kids Next Door figures by Numbu. They go for $300 to $200 each in box because they're articulated partially, but they are incredibly close to the source material that is just spot on. Like you don't believe that they could be made so well.
Like,
And
I believe Jack Specific can do us a really good set of figures from them.
yeah, Jack Specific is evolving, honestly, to the point that if they get more properties, I'll be like, please do, because the
Please
more
do,
things,
please do.
yeah, see, does he have a gyroscope? Yeah, he does.
He has like a little weighted base
Yeah, that's
with
excellent.
space. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
I haven't
I'm
seen
telling you.
it. You have to go to Walmart for that one, right?
Yeah, I do. So good.
Yeah, it's a classic though. It's a classic. Now let's go ahead and finish up. We have about 15 minutes to complete this before this episode goes a little longer than usual. Oh, and just to close out, right? If you guys were wondering what the figures I got were, number one, Huntress,
Nice.
right, with a cloth good cape from McFarlane, because I have a problem. Green Lantern to build my Green Lantern core. Now the biggest thing here, look at those two hands with a laser from it. There's two, one with long laser, one with short laser. This is excellent, right? Green Lantern.
Nice.
And then we got the battered and bruised Bruce Wayne from The Dark Knight with its lipos.
That's really cool. Honestly, you're gonna need that light post. That's a bonus.
That's a bonus. Yeah, like people think, hey,
Ooh.
look at that. That's a good thumbnail. You with the Godzilla next. The opposite direction. The opposite direction.
Sorry, there you go.
Like that. There you go. Anyhow,
Sorry.
let's
My
finish up.
camera is mirrored.
Let's finish up these here book because, oh my gosh, it's the reveal. Last time, where we left off, our heroines had arrived at this mysterious complex, which was touted to be as an obstacle course to beat all obstacle course. The danger
Yes.
was insurmountable. And as you remember, two of our main characters have some sort of disability. One has to use a cane to walk, the other one has a prosthetic arm. How are they going to get through this?
Are they gonna beat the behemoth?
So, this is actually one of my favorite parts of the comic book because I love how they get through these obstacles.
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
For
And like I
instance,
feel like they gave us a lot of nice detail to to the
yeah,
obstacles and how they conquered and how they worked together. That did give some character development for all of
true.
them as a group.
Yeah. Like for example, the girl who needs to use Zelda who needs to use a cane, right? Because there's something wrong with her hip. She actually gets carried, hoisted up, partially
Hmm.
because she still can climb with her hands, but she gets hoisted up by the other two. So it's a perfect example of teamwork. And I'm wondering, man, can this actually be done? So it actually left me wondering. It was like, is this possible? Can somebody do this? Because it's super cool. It's really,
And
really
the
neat.
other girls were climbing up as they were
Yeah,
hosting her up. So I was like, that's challenging. I do rock climbing, and I was like, I can barely hold myself up, let alone
yeah.
someone else without having to have like my harness at it and one full attachment.
Yeah, and anytime I was just like, oh my god, please don't let the prosthetic arm become detached. Please don't let,
I was
because
thinking that too.
yeah, I was just like, don't do that. But I'm glad it didn't. The next
No, because
stage,
it's like such a high tech one that I'm guessing
yeah,
like it has all the perfect attachments to it.
yeah. So the next challenge is like the classic, um, narrow walk, and they're shooting balls at you, hoping that you fall. And we learned that even though she definitely loves art, right?
Weezy's
Wheezy,
got this.
yeah, Weezy's got this. She batty in that sense. She likes to like play volleyball, and she's really good at it. But I love the fact that she just has this panel. It's like I came here to bathe. It's just like it's okay. Yeah, I could be good at this, but that doesn't define who I am. I want to do this instead. It's really cool.
Yeah. She's like, I'm capable of doing this, but I didn't come here to do this. I came here with a different purpose.
Yeah, it was so good. And again, the artist just captures this level of intensity in her gaze that makes it super cool. You know,
It does.
uh,
Like this part really gets you into the story because
true.
before that we had a lot of skips throughout and it was kind of hard getting
Mhm.
back into it. Kind of will get you out, but in here when we were inside the behemoth with the girls, we kind of felt like okay, we are also experiencing whether it's experiencing, we're kind of part of the team and seeing them through.
Yeah. And then Zelda shows that you can also be really questionably safe obstacles with your wits,
Hmm.
right? Because she says, well, dude, like this must have an off switch, and she finds it so they don't get diced by this giant swinging axis. And I'm like, dude, what the heck? Where are these guys thinking about? You know? And towards the end, they had to just rappel down from this really high tower, and everybody has a different way to do it. Zelda does it with her magical cane that she uses, as you remember, to communicate with
Hmm.
Minya. And then you have
Rumiko
Wiz.
just uses the regular one that was available, and
Mhm.
Wheezy uses her super sick arm to do it.
Which is kind of crazy, honestly. Just like,
She's
right?
like, I got this. I don't
Yep.
need anything else. That was really cool.
Yeah, I thought that this was a fun little bit of the comic, and I kind of wish I would have seen more of this. You know, because you can really see how the author, the writer, was actually challenged and work very creatively to overcome that challenge. And then what was created was something that was really, really fun, really special. You
And you
know,
know what I see for the characters, although there's disabilities in my eyes throughout this section, kind of became their hidden superpowers.
indeed. So it was just so cool. You know, I actually really enjoyed this little part. And then it gets once again into the whoop. Okay, we're done. And now wait. So this is one of the big problems I have with this story. It's like you're done with this thing, and what the counselors just left. You know?
Yeah, it literally at the end of the zip line, the next page was they're already Monster Island again. They're back into the monster world. I was like, wait, you didn't show us where you found the new portal to get in because it last time collapsed. There's
Mhm.
so many loose ends. I'm like, how did you go back to the monster section to the
Yeah,
little portal? How did you find it again? So they didn't show us that. They were just like, hey, all the girls are back and they're gonna go look for Minya now so they can create a plan.
yeah. So it's this is again when it gets back to being choppy, and then when it gets choppy, you have to as a reader fill up a lot of the gaps on your own, and that's kind of annoying in that sense.
It really takes you out of the story. That's the main issue.
Yeah, you needed a few more pages to explain how they get from point A to point B, because you left this amazing sequence and then suddenly it's as if because you could technically, if you think about it, you can take that entire sequence, remove it, and between the page where they were going to go and this one, because it's so choppy, it makes sense as a read,
Yeah. So
So
like the really cool part felt like it was unnecessary, which sucks.
yes, and I'm like, dude, seriously? So this is one of the problems that we had. Like, I know that sometimes you can suspend disbelief and say, okay, this probably happened in between, but you can't overuse that tool. Otherwise, it's going to get in the way of the storytelling.
Yeah, and that really got in between this section.
Yeah, and now they're back in. They can't find Minya, so they find him in the caves, and he's just chilling there.
Yeah, so what happens is like they go into the monster realm and stuff, and they find Ebida, and they get scared and begin to run back into the portal since they couldn't find Minya and they weren't able to communicate with him. When they run back out, they actually come out to the same cave that had collapsed earlier in the story.
Yes.
Which I don't understand. And Minya was just sitting there. And he explains via telepathic communication that he got scared of Epida as well, and he ran away.
Dude, I got scared.
And everyone's like trying to come out, but he just doesn't because it doesn't fit through the portal.
Now, after this, they kind of bring him out, and this takes a turn to the silly, and it's probably one of the best
part.
Yeah, where they bring him back into the human world because apparently now Monster Island is not safe anymore because the rumblings are so disturbing, and he keeps making all kaijus very aggressive. So they bring him back and then disguise them with this giant Gurren Lagann style glasses, and it just looks so hilarious.
There's so many cute scenes, and the artist does such a great job at depicting how adorable Minya can be. I love it.
Yeah, and honestly, if you get like a Minya figure, now you can actually dress them up, and it'll be canon. It'll be so funny. So when they get back to the camp, right now, Minya has also changed clothes to something a little bit more casual, more for the event. Now,
he's just a monster in the nude with a hat and a scarf. Nobody will tell.
This is the other problem I have with the book. Like, are the camp counselors bad, or are they like just, they're just kind of hazing you, or just being kind of like, yeah, we're just teenagers a little bit, because right now they're just doing burgers and telling or hot dogs and telling ghost stories.
Exactly, and that's the thing that confuses me, because we have them like at one point they're seen as super evil and they behave super evil, but in the other point they're like, everything's fine, we're all cool, and we're like just having a whole barbecue and all. Everybody enjoys camp because all the other kids seem to be having a great time in camp.
Or at the very least, like you can see, like there's people, shooting arrows. There's some eating, so nobody's just this doesn't give the vibe of like, oh, this is like a boot camp type of deal.
Yeah, like they're only being mean to our main characters. They're not being mean to anybody else. Everybody else is just being treated well.
Or at the very least, they're just kind of doing it. I mean, if you think about it, they actually have bows and arrows. Those are weapons that if the camp counselors were evil, or at the very least way too strict to the point that they're putting people in danger, right? I would see kids actually, revolting around them, like, oh, like there's only 3 of them and what, 50 of us. Yeah.
Or if the camp counselors were so feared that the kids will actually be manipulated by that fear to go against our main characters with the same weapons,
Yeah, and did you notice? I think it may be an Easter egg.
Okay.
But did you notice that the 2 girls who are shooting arrows, One is in pure white, and the other one is in pure black. And I think that is a reference to the Addams Family movie, where Wednesday goes
Ah,
to a summer camp, and she becomes the opposite, black versus white. I think that may be
I
an
think that
Easter
might
egg.
be it because there's a lot of really cool Easter eggs hidden
Yeah, yeah,
throughout the comic for you to catch, and it's really fun because you can see that there are the creators have many similar interests as the readers, and they
yeah,
kind of try to include it. So it's really like it's a really fun read, and again, the artist outdoes himself, and
yeah.
all these Easter eggs that pop out there just keep it a little bit more entertaining as well.
Yeah, and again, if the camp counselors are so evil, wouldn't they notice a giant dinosaur-looking creature walking around? But I digress. At some point, they realize they're, you know, uh, Wheezy gets caught and sent
Yeah,
to the
so
counselor's lodge
what happened
conveniently.
was like they had all made this plan that they're like, okay, how do we proceed? How do we help Minya, like move forward? They're like, well, first we got to find out what's going on in the camp. What are the camp counselors hiding? And so their plan is to go into the camp counselors' uh, camp, I
Barrack.
guess, or lodge. And they're
Mhm.
like, so we can find out more about them. So since this festival thing is happening, Wheezy was gonna sneak in and find it, but she gets caught.
Mhm.
And they're like, we're gonna put you in the camp counselor's cabin. How you like that? And she's like, it's perfect because that's where I want to be.
Yeah, and so she gets the plans. Minya makes a ruckus outside. You guys get the idea. This is the diversion part. Wheezy manages to escape, but at the end of the day, the camp counselors pick up the plans, but it doesn't matter because Wheezy's really, really smart. In addition to that, she's also a good artist. So she draws the schematics, and they realize, oh, we need to find Godzilla in order to destroy this because that is the problem. They're
Exactly.
fracking.
And the person you see there also screaming Godzilla next to Rumiko is Ororo,
Hmm.
um, who is also another camp mate that has been friends with Rumiko, and they have had this competitive thing against each other because of of all the sports camp. But we don't know any of that. That's been actually told to us by
Yes.
both of them, as she was just inserted into the story
Yeah.
very strongly.
She works as a character, but you kind of wonder why they took so long
To
to
introduce
introduce
her.
her. And because honestly, if she would have been, part of the dynamic since the beginning,
Just mhm.
it just seems like this book could have used a few more pages. That's really what
Yeah,
it is.
or like a little revision. I'm like, go back. I'm like, I feel like it was finished and it wasn't kind of brought back. Or
Yeah.
maybe there was a really tight deadline that they're like, the changes we want to make to include the characters earlier or to do all of this just couldn't be possible.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because sometimes, all right, sometimes you have a lot of ideas and they just kind of don't mix together. And sometimes you have really good ideas that are just introduced in the wrong place or incorrectly. So I
Mhm.
think that's what's happened here. But at the same time, again, it's not a deal breaker in any way.
Yeah,
You know,
because the characters are really likable.
yeah, the stories chugs along, and now this right here is where the artist really starts just to get crazy, just to just start
Mhm.
shining, because this perspective of being inside the fracking machine, uh, going all the way up, right? It really captures the distance. It really captures just how big it is. So, long story short, they go inside the machine and they find conveniently, right, four, not three, not two, not one, four different colors underwater mech suits that they're super. I mean, they could not be easier to control because
Exactly.
a child could do it, and that's exactly what happens. You know.
And because they know that like, oh, and they are luckily attached to like they have an exit that goes directly to the water where Godzilla is sleeping in the caves.
Yes, yeah, that I didn't catch that one. That's another one. So everything is super convenient at this point. So you can tell that the writers are revving up to
Yeah,
the
like we,
end.
we gotta get
Yeah,
there.
like we gotta wrap this up. They gotta wrap this up. So, but the good thing is that the artist really makes it worth your time, because even though it is really fast and it is extremely convenient from a story perspective, The art is so enjoyable that you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna look at the pretty picture because you know what? It's so good. And
Yeah, you're like,
see,
I'm gonna go with it because I'm enjoying the ride.
I love that at the beginning I was just like, does Minya swim? And obviously he does.
Does.
It was so
It's so
cool.
cute.
Yeah, like Minya, it really steals the show. And
And
honestly,
your heart.
I
Um,
I really wanted to see him a little bit more, to be honest.
and tell you the truth, I really hope that this comic does well because I would love a figure of this style of Minya.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah,
cute.
it's so good. Even the style of Godzilla looks good. You know, it
Hmm.
looks so good. So Godzilla, wakes up because Minya wakes him up and says, "Hey, there's a problem, and you kind of need to come in." And this scene where you have Godzilla kind of roaring, right, and all the robots just go like, just shaking. It's so cool. Ready to move on?
Yes, yes, yes. I'm honestly just engulfed by the beautiful pictures. So they
Yes.
convince Godzilla that all they need is for him to do one tiny ray into the right location and it'll destroy the fracking machine. Because they find out that what's causing all the commotion in both the real world and in the monster world has been that the camp counselor have been evil, um, have a evil fracking operation that is, against the environment and destroying the the ecosystem not only in the real world but also in the somehow connected monster world.
Yes. And if you're wondering, well, wouldn't the explosion of a giant fracking machine that's walking distance from the summer camp filled with children, is that dangerous? Well, I don't think these four characters kind of cared about it. you know?
Yeah, I don't think they quite care. They're like, the people in the camp are not really our friends. All our friends are right here, except for one love interest that is somewhere in the camp. They really don't think about him twice. That's Weezy's love interest. But we
Yeah.
do have some commentary from an author herself, which is Bambi Raptor. She says comics are often rushed in their storyline. It's hard to make them engaging and plot driven.
Yeah.
So hi.
And I feel like I'm not sure if they put a quota of the number of pages that it need because I'm
Hmm.
pretty sure there's technical things like that, like, oh, you can only have so many pages. We can only give you so many panels paid for inking, for your artist, right, to draw. Like, if your
Yeah.
artist is paid to draw by page or per panel, right? I'm not sure what the economics of this is in a big production like this. So I understand that there's sometimes maybe limitations. At any point we are saying that this is the author's fault, right? Because that's not what we're saying. What we're saying is that these are things that we as readers noticed, and there may or may not be a reason for this that is associated with the story, the original story, or the development of the book, or the printing revisions of the book, right?
Hmm.
We need to make that very clear. Like, we're not. This is not a critique of the writer in per se. It's just saying, hey, these are the things that we experienced when we were looking at your product. You know. So at the end of the day, you have this beam, and I was wondering if Minya was going to do its little wheel thing.
And he did right there. He obviously didn't go inside the hole, but but he did it.
But we accept that Minya pretty much sucks at fighting. Like, he's not gonna be any. He's not good at fighting because he does not have the range. You know. So when it comes to this little animation, I just thought it was so cute that they just included it. They didn't really have to, but I love
But
that
he
Minion wants to
did.
contribute.
Yeah, he does. He's like, I got you. I got you. I'm here too. And okay, I don't know. One of the things that also troubled me here was physics of the ray.
Well, it goes. Well, you're right. You know what? Because we're assuming that the beam, the energy just follows the path of the tube as opposed to just go straight. You
Because
know?
I've seen a lot of Godzilla movies where his beam is so strong that it just breaks through everything straight
Yeah.
in a straight line. I'm hoping that he, controls it
Hmm.
somewhat, so it could just be enough to bounce around that
And
channel of things. I don't
And
know.
that's maybe one of the things that we're kind of, it's our own biases, right? For we associate art with storytelling style,
Yeah.
right? So when we look at something like this, right, that has like really realistic proportions, we expect to jump into a world that's relatively real, that follows the laws of realities that we're familiar with, right?
Yes.
But when we go into the world of Godzilla, we have to accept that there is
Mhm.
a level of cartooniness to it.
That is true.
You know,
Honestly, it's Godzilla.
yeah, we need to accept that there's a level of cartooniness because remember, Godzilla jumps and goes.
That's true. He does. Yeah, that is true. He does his super
Yeah,
kick. I understand
super
that.
kid.
He flies with his tail. I get it. I get
And,
it.
and I feel like this
Yes,
new,
there's sonic physics.
yeah. So we have been kind of like trained with the last few movies, like the very gory and realistic. It's just like, don't expect anything to be fantastical and cartoony. Don't expect eyes to go wow,
Yeah. But I think you're right. We had to go back to the point that like it is pretty cartoony. This is
Yeah.
part of that cartoony version of it. That it does have a little bit of a turn. We can also assume that it can travel, that he did a lower ray that would be enough to just kind of ignite the fuel that was being taken from there or
Now,
something
I
of the
have
sort.
I have a little cousin, nephew that loves Godzilla. So I will be passing on this book to him, right? And he has a younger sister as well. The younger sister
Mhm.
doesn't know how to read yet, but I want to see. I'm gonna run this social experiment. I just want to see what his thoughts are, right? Because he digests Godzilla media like crazy, but he is biased towards the Godzilla is a real monster that lives in the real world and causes
Mm.
real damage in the same way as an actual monster would,
Mhm.
right? So in the realm of silliness, it's a little lacking. So we'll see how this kind of shapes his perspective. But other than
Okay.
that, I love this panel. So I think they're really cool. But then the silliness gets cranked up to maximum when this happens.
Yeah, so all the monsters come out. So like both worlds are now merged together. There's no more portal that connects them. They are, happy as a nice little mesh. And we have all these monsters that King Caesar did not come out earlier, but he
Uh,
comes out now just to kind of give a thank you. So
and it's a
Evita,
bow too.
yeah, does a little bow.
It's
I'm
a
telling you,
bow, and
just
it was just, oh, it was such a good panel.
yes. So they all come, they bow, they say thank you. And we're like, oh, everything's wrapped up, everything's good. But then we see that the actual bad guy comes out, which is like this greedy.
Operation.
Yeah, he's like, it's a greedy operation. He's like, oh, you think you're done. And then like all the camp counselors are upset there and they're like, yeah, we have all these guys who are, I don't know, wearing black suits, therefore they're evil over here who are gonna do bad stuff. But then Mothra comes down, it's like, no, boys, I'm here to clean you all out. And as you can see, she just throws them somewhere into the world with her wind.
And you guys know that Mothra is my favorite kaiju. So seeing her in her fluffy self was just
So
so
cute.
such a treat.
Yes, they drew her so cute. And if you're also looking for another version of her to look as fluffy and as delicious as she looks here, look
Mhm.
for her in the alternative cover for Here There Be Dragons.
Well, you gotta
um,
be on the lookout for that.
because she looks so cute and she's like covered in sand and she just looks so fluffy. I want that cover so bad.
Now,
But they
we,
do let us know that it does become a little silly towards the end because the guy's like, oh, we could have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
yep, it's very much that. And everybody is now just kind of chilling and fine with monsters being all over. That no one's scared,
Mhm.
and
All the
just
kids that
because
were actually signed up for the sports camp actually hated the camp leaders as well.
I
And they're
guess,
rioting and revolting, and everybody's just singing songs that like that camp sucked, and it's just wilding out right now.
yeah, it's really bizarre. And then apparently now everybody's just allowed to just go on top of a giant lobster without any parental supervision, or parental like waivers.
Approval. Yeah, because like there's no adults anymore in the camps. All the camp counselors were tied up, and all the evil, greedy adults were sent off by Mothra, and it just becomes a Monster Island summer camp where the kids just run amok and live with the kaiju's until their bus comes to pick them up.
Question mark? Yes. Yeah, the if again, cartoony world, because the wrap up is so clear here. It's just like, whoa, let's get out of here now, guys. We are done. We've done something that's really pretty to look at, right? You're going to have a chuckle here and there. It's nice. But I'm like, what country law, what entity would allow this?
Because
sorry, you go ahead.
Because apparently this, like after the wrap up of what we saw, this here is 1 year later, which is a part I forgot to mention because I haven't read it in a bit. It says like last year, if you would have said it, we actually wouldn't want to come back, but now they do. So they changed everything, and now the camp is somewhere. It has somewhere for everyone and every kid and every kind and every monster. So the camp is still open. It's a little bit more inclusive. The girls do come back as camp counselors, and some of them are doing like sports. Some of them are providing activities for like art.
Mm-hmm.
So it becomes a more inclusive camp, but somehow they ended up running it.
Question mark.
Again,
it does not. This is in no way, shape, or form a deal breaker. It is just our adult biases, because we're like, okay, that's one way to end it for sure, and it's definitely something that kind of warms your heart, and it makes it super. Again, imagine the person saying, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna draw this as the last panel."
I think it's pretty sick. Like you enjoy the art. You enjoyed where it's at, but you're like, it doesn't feel. I mean, I don't know. The wrap up was just like, huh, okay.
No. I think what it is, it feels like it cannot be incorporated into any other story, right? Because it feels so surreal that it is a contained thing. And I do hope that this kind of universe and style gets fleshed out, because I do really like it. I don't know what this little frog thing is down here.
Oh yeah.
I have no idea what that is. It's bizarre. So
I would like the little flying puffers too.
Yeah, the puffers, then there's the worms and a whole bunch of dinos.
So yeah, just like a lot of other cryptics and other like critters have been released into the world. And like I do want to explore it a little bit more. I wish like it wouldn't have just ended on the summer camp, but rather it's like, oh, we have a whole new world to explore. And if you notice, some of the camp people are there too. So this is one of the camp counselors up there, because apparently some camp counselors were not happy with the fact that it was an evil camp.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All the guys were evil, but the one girl was good. That was pretty much apparently. So,
but you do get super cute panels of art towards the end as well. You get some of the sketches.
Yeah,
the character designs.
The book is really quite complete at the end, and if you really want to draw Minya in that style, it's a really good study. And at the end of the day, I'm really happy that I did read it, right? Because anytime you pick up a book instead of picking up your phone, yes, right, it's it's such a good and special special moment, a special time to spend. So I would recommend this book for sure if you guys want to have just a silly read, or if you want to have something to read to your kids or with your kids.
And I feel like this is one of those books that if you read first yourself, you can then promote it in a better light to someone else.
Correct.
Because I feel like as a second read, it'll be more enjoyable because I know what to expect. And I have already made those brain adjustments of like all those jumps in stories. I have already filled up that gap, so I can stay in the story longer. So
Yes.
we'll be reading it again, so to see how that feels, because I feel like this one will benefit from doing a second read.
Yeah. And again, just because it's in a comic book store next to Batman fighting, the Joker, and then
Dracula.
you have some like Spawn being super bloody, doesn't mean that it's the same tone or it has to be the same type of comic. This comic is actually a very easy read that you can share with pretty much anyone. Uh, you realize its value once you think about actually sharing it, which because it's one of those things that anybody can enjoy and everybody can enjoy looking at. Is very easy to read, and I think that I would highly recommend it for that purpose. As if you're just a person who's just loves Godzilla and the modern Godzilla things, and yeah, this is not going to be for you, because it's very silly. But if you
I know. I
if
feel
you
like
embrace
uh,
everything, then you're good.
yeah. If you embrace every aspect of Godzilla and you're just kind of craving a silly story, I think this is it. It's really
Yeah,
fun.
I read it at the beach. I took it to the beach. I set up my umbrella. I should put up my chair, and I had my feet in the sand, and water was touching. And I read it, and it was so good. It's a perfect summer read.
Yeah,
You
for
know.
me, it was just that the transitions kind of got me out of it. But I feel like as a reread, it'll be really enjoyable. I will definitely be keeping it in my library, and it'll be something that I think I'll revisit
Hmm.
often. As I like, oh, I'm kind of craving something silly, something cute. I want to see Minya being silly again. So it'll be something I will be reaching back
And
for.
if there is a second one, I will be also picking it up
Me
because
too.
I feel like the visual journey I was taken on was definitely memorable. Okay.
And for me, it's also like the experience that the writer had for
Mhm.
this, meeting the deadlines, working with all the parameters that they have. They learn from that. They learn from the
Yeah.
experience of making this book. So whatever she makes next will be built up on this. So
Yes.
I'm really excited to pick up whatever
Yeah.
is
So if
next.
this is and remember, she has way, way more
Mhm.
experience writing. This is not her first rodeo in that sense.
Oh yeah,
And
I
it's true.
have a few of her other comics as
Yeah.
well. And I can see the growth from those to this as well.
Yeah. Which is kind of cool. Very cool. Now, if you like what you guys experience here today, I know we went like about 18 minutes later than we usually do when we have a special section. But if you stick around, like some of you guys actually did, and I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart, and I thank you for listening to us this long. If you are listening to us on the replay, right? We appreciate you and love you for that as well. Porcelain Piggy, sign us off.
So again, thanks again for watching, guys. Don't forget to follow me in Porcelain Piggies, where you can see what I'm up to throughout the week. What are some of my pickups? If you have some comic book recommendations for us to do next, because we want this book club to continue.
Yeah,
Enjoy
I've
reading.
really been enjoying it. Like for example,
Yes, that will be next. I also have Sonambulo. I have not forgotten. I'm just so dreading to scan it because I don't want to lay it flat. This one,
uh,
the reason I was so happy to do so was because when I got it, it was already a little damaged from
mhm.
the shelf. That was the
and,
only one that they had.
and by the way, guys, we did not scan every page or every panel because we
No,
do
we did
want to
not.
we don't want to do that to the point that you just have the entire book in our show. Is just select few to kind of take you through the story. There's a lot more,
That
so please
you need
take
to
it up
get the
there.
book to see every single panel. I
Yeah,
cropped so much out just to kind of guide us through the story, as we do
just
for
so.
like X-Men and all the other
Mhm.
shows that we cover. So similarly, we do that with these as well, and we'll see how we do moving forward for the others. Whether it will be just some highlighted images that call to us for the story or that represent the character, and we can just go ahead and do a narration as well.
Yes. Now, with that, we're going to say goodbye and see you guys next week. We're going to talk about that amazing guild house that has free paint.
I know. I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna get more information. But from what I know so far, it looks great. I really want to explore it.
So
I
I'm
will be
telling
in the
you,
area today, so we'll see. Keep an eye on our socials. Follow us at Mighty Max Toys, Porcelain
yes.
Piggy, Toy Tangents, and we'll see you again next Saturday. Thanks for sticking around.
Bye. Don't forget
Bye.
to like, comment, subscribe, follow us on Instagram. Porcelain Piggy, and Money Max Toys. Bye.